Hi, welcome to OurBad. My name is Bobby. That is Matthew.
Hello.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Today on our episode, this is just our third episode. We don't really know what we're doing. We're just kind of trying to figure it out.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it until you make it. That's what they say. We're going to do a little bit of interviewing of Matthew and try and get to know who is Matthew Collins.
I'm Matthew Collins.
Oh, well, nice to meet you. Matthew, where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. My childhood was good. The older I get, the more I realize that I had a normal childhood. You know, when you're like in your childhood or like teenage angst stages, you're like, oh my God, I've had it so bad. No one understands me. I'm so depressed, you know, stuff like that. But no, it was good. I didn't really want for much. You know, overall it was good. There was challenging things, but I think that's everyone's childhood / life.
Okay, sounds good. As a child, what is one experience you can remember that shaped who you are today?
Wow. Should it be a positive experience?
Positive or negative. Whatever you'd like to share, Matthew.
One experience that shaped who I am today. Probably the first time I heard "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. Just that was really good.
Wasn't me.
You know the song?
I do know the song. So tell me how it changed you, Matthew. How did it change you?
I heard the groovy vibes, man.
All right.
I was just like, yeah, I like this. And
so you grew up in Jacksonville. All right. So you're a hardcore Duval. You're a Jags fan.
Do you want me to say the chant?
Would you like to say the chant?
How do you feel about the chant?
Well, we've discussed.
Just remember, Jacksonville's watching.
I love the Duval chant.
Duval.
And that's the best thing ever. Right?
Yeah. I like the Jaguars.
Okay. You like the Jaguars. You just informed me recently that Eazy-E started the Duval chant, correct? That's the rumor on the street?
I don't know if he invented it, but he popularized it. Because there was, on the beat, we still had the beat. It was 92.7, the beat jams, hip-hop and R&B flavor. And,
that's good.
Yeah, so they would do it like on the radio at some point.
All right, Duval.
Yeah, I googled it. They said, it could have been, who knows? So, the person who invented it might not even know they invented it.
Well, I was running around my restaurant talking about it yesterday because we discussed it yesterday.
Were you doing the chant?
I was just talking about it in general and happening. I'm familiar with who Eazy-E is, not from the radio or the Duval chant, but because I served him at my bar before.
We're going to be clear. It's DJ Eazy-E with an S in his name, not Eazy-E as in the guy from NWA.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for correcting me.
Well, I wasn't correcting you. I was clarifying.
Clarification is important.
Yeah.
So I was talking about it, and my boss was telling me that he did start it, and maybe he popularized it, but he did not trademark it, and now it's all over everything Jags, and he probably lost out on a ton of money. And could you imagine you made that popular, and then it's just all over the city?
Yeah,
and he didn't make any money.
Well, he made an impact on the city. I'll get back to your first question. That was a hard question. It was a good question.
All right. Fair enough. Tell me a weird or random job that you had before.
most of my jobs have been in restaurants. So
like a line cook or dishwasher?
I
or
usually
person?
would start as a dishwasher, and then I kind of would move up to line cook. At the beginning, just I was dishwashing or prep cook.
Back of house, right? You got a back of the house look.
Oh yeah, I've never done in front of the house.
And
But I would like to do it now if you want to hire me.
I would love to hire you.
I think I could do it. I used to be like, oh, I couldn't do front of the house because I was like awkward, like didn't know how to talk to people.
It's stressful.
But I mean, it was really just my own like insecurities talking because I probably could have done it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super easy. All right. Anyways, so you're a restaurant. Now you do not work in restaurants, correct?
No,
What do you do now?
I work in construction,
Okay, you're a construction guy.
blue collar.
Blue collar. You're one of the village people.
Particularly, I work around concrete.
All right, you're a concrete guy.
But I don't pour concrete or finish it. I'm more of I do demolition. I get rid of it so someone else can come and pour it, and then I clean it up. But we do like asphalt patches. I know how to do that. Lay sod.
Do you get paid to Hulk smash?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it is.
All right.
I'm pretty good at it now, but the first time I ever slung a sledgehammer, I'm pretty sure that they were laughing at me. I remember this guy, he was like, you gotta put your ass into it. He was right. But
It's hard work.
yeah.
And where you
I
at?
went into construction not knowing anything about it or having done it.
Very cool.
And now I'm a foreman over job sites. So
Look at you, little success story.
yeah.
From the back of house to the smashing concrete.
To the front of the homeowner's house.
That's right. What's something that you're obsessed with that people wouldn't expect? Cats.
I think they expect that. I mean, I like dogs too. That's the thing. Like, I grew
Animals.
up with dogs. I've always had dogs and cats.
Right.
What am I obsessed with?
You're real into rap music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably something people might not assume.
Yeah, especially like other people who are into rap music. I'll name drop, a trending rapper. Just to be like, hey, I know. I'll be like, oh yeah.
Just for the record, I know who this is.
I'm listening to YMW Melly right now. Who you listening to?
Oh.
He's in prison. He killed his friends or something.
Well, that's not
Supposedly. He had a mistrial.
Nice. All right.
But they charged him again. I don't know. I guess you can do that.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So you grew up in Jacksonville. Where'd you go to high school?
Sandalwood High School.
Where's that?
It's off of St. John's Bluff Road. Well, off of Alden Road, which is off St. John's Bluff and between Atlantic and Beach Boulevard. Home of the Mighty Saints.
Nice. So South Side
Used to
area.
be called, Arlington.
Okay.
Used to be called home of the Fighting Saints, but due to the fact that so many kids were fighting there, they changed it to Mighty. Fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
And it's actually been around since the 1960s, and it's always had the nickname Scandalweed. But it's a pretty good school now, I guess, from what I've heard.
I can hear bro
Yeah, me
crying
too.
in the background.
I've heard him the whole time.
I'm going to let him out because it sounds like we're murdering him.
Yeah.
That's my dog in the bedroom because I was like, oh, I don't want him running around scratching. He just... Hold on.
Don't touch that dial. So, anyways, while Bobby's gone...
God. I know.
Oh, he's back.
That must have been terrible.
Was he out last time?
Yeah, but I could hear him like scratching in the background. So it's like, okay, calm down, go.
I didn't notice it.
All right. Well, they're gonna notice now. What motivates you to get out of the bed in the morning, Matthew?
Life. I love life,
What parts of life?
I mean, it's all pretty good. I mean, I'm motivated by responsibility to pay the bills, you know? And
Okay, you say you're motivated by life. Tell me a little bit about your life and how maybe it's changed and where you've come from and where you are now.
yeah, it's changed a lot. I am not the same person I once was. That person was not so motivated by life. Sometimes he didn't want to get out of bed. You know, don't get me wrong, I like to sleep in a little bit, but I'll put it like this. I went from feeling like the day took too long to like there's not enough time in the day. And I mean, basically what changed was I quit doing drugs.
Okay.
Not only did I quit doing drugs, but I got involved in recovery, which was the only way I was able to quit doing drugs, but I found out that there's like so much more than that. And yeah, I like my life today.
All right, so you mentioned recovery. You're in recovery.
Yes.
How long have you been in recovery?
Right now I have been clean for 2.5 years.
2.5 years, very impressive.
But I've been around recovery for 10 plus. Here, like a little in, little bit in, a lot out, little bit in. Usually by necessity, like not wanting to be homeless, getting myself in a bind based on the consequences of my actions, and needing a roof over my head, or just, sometimes I would just lick my wounds, you know.
Recovery time. Maybe you needed to get a paper
Yeah,
signed.
it's like sober living houses, basically.
I understand that. I feel that.
And I think it's kept me alive. So for the people who do those things, like, I'm not trying to down it because I've done it. I mean, I've done most things, so I can't really like sit on a holier than thou. But what I can say is that you could be so much happier in life if you know, like, fully committed to trying to change. And it's through the power of God, you know. That's what I attribute it to.
All right.
But for someone like me, I wasn't able to just go to church and find God. Like, you know, 12-step programs helped me with that. Starting to dabble in church a little more now, and I watch podcasts about Christianity and other things, and just learning and stuff.
All right. So AA's kind of led you towards God.
Oh yeah, completely.
What do you know?
But not under like certain terms. Like, I didn't have to come in and believe in your God or your God, you know, like.
Just something.
Yeah.
Something more powerful than you.
And that's what motivates me to get out of bed, you know? God.
Do you help other people, Matthew?
Yeah. I try to.
So you're involved in the program. I know you are because I go to meetings that you chair. I go to meetings that you get speakers for. I go to a meeting on Thursdays at 4th Street Service Center where Matthew and Jen are doing the steps right now. It's 7 p.m. Thursdays.
Don't come. I'm just kidding. Come.
You can come if you want to, or you can not. Whatever.
I just said don't come because it's been a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie, I've never done it before, and but that's good. I gotta keep pushing myself to do things that make me uncomfortable. That's how I grow. I'll never grow if I just sit around in my comfortable bubble. And that's what I did. My comfortable bubble was chaos and, you know, not taking care of myself.
Correct. You were homeless, correct?
Yeah.
So your bottom was literally the streets, being homeless.
Yeah, you could say that. It's more. There's more to it than just circumstantial like things. It was more like.
Do you have an emotional bottom?
Yeah, just because I had a little bit of time when I went back out. Okay. You know, and then that was when I really experienced my bottom. When I saw what the program had to offer if I actually put in the work. And then that time going back out, I was not homeless per se. Or I wasn't sleeping on the streets.
Okay.
Technically, I was homeless, kind of.
Tell me about that.
Just, it was, there's a saying, head full of AA and a belly full of booze. Like, I found out what that meant. And it wasn't like, it dawned on me that it wasn't the answer. And I didn't enjoy it.
Fair enough. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, everybody I hang out with is in AA.
Yeah. Well, I have friends who aren't in AA.
Oh yeah, because you've been in Jacksonville your whole life.
Clean and sober. Yeah. So there was plenty of people to hang out with, but it was like, I like the people.
Yeah.
I don't.
Your homies are the ones that are.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I like people who are not on drugs.
Oh, steer your wallet and help you look for it.
Yeah, just stuff like that. But there's also good people that I was around, and that's why I don't shut people off. Like, I don't really have any reason to go hang out with someone if they're living that life. But like, I'm always open if they reach out to me, you know.
As you should be.
Because like, you see, like, I remember seeing someone who I used to party with get clean, and it was like, I was like, oh wow, there might be something to this. So some of the people know, you know, the people I used to party with are like, oh yeah, it is probably, if he can do it. I know everyone says that, but there has to be some people.
Because that's what made you think that you could do it, right? Because you knew somebody in the rooms that had a significant amount of time that used to be wilder than you, right?
Yeah, or as wild.
All right, and you were like, that guy can do it. I can fucking do it.
Yeah, because I would go in and think like, I would always think I was different. Or, you know, I'm special, or I'm unique. And the fact of the matter is, I wasn't. You know? I would look at some of the things people have done, and I'd be like, oh, I didn't do that. You know, but I still went against things that were like, that I thought I was morally, like, would do, you know what I mean, or not do.
Okay.
You know, like, just... So I would see people worse than me and then be like, you know, oh yeah, they were bad. Or I would think that, you know, I don't know, I had all this stuff in my head about why I used.
When I was getting high, I noticed that I would surround myself with people that were doing the exact same thing as me, so I didn't, or a little worse, or kinda, not really, because there wasn't much worse than me, but similar. Doing the same thing, so like it didn't seem so bad. I was like, everybody's doing this. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's just the people that were around me.
Yeah, like I thought that maybe I was like physically different. Like I would say things like, oh, I'm not trying to numb myself. I need energy. It was always about energy. I never thought I had enough energy. Like, I started doing pills and uppers and things like that to go to work, and then I needed to work, and I'm spending all my money on it from work, and it's just this endless cycle. And I can tell you now that I get 100 more things done, clean and sober, than I ever could have imagined doing when I was high.
100.
100.
100 more things.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, because I didn't finish anything. I didn't follow through with anything. So I actually did nothing, and now I do something. So it's like 100%.
Yeah. And you're not even disassembling shit right now.
No.
I love that.
Nope. I did destroy a couple laptops, computers.
Recently?
No.
Oh, when you were taking your energy pills?
Yeah. One time I destroyed this other guy's laptop. And I was like, hey bro, I gotta tell you something. I took your laptop apart last night. I can't get it back together. But here, I'll give you. I have one you can have. I'll find one. I'll fix another one and I'll.
If you were a character in a movie, what character would it be?
These questions really make you think.
All right, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I think 100 duck-sized horses.
That would fuck you up, dude.
A horse-sized duck would be...
Little mini horses just running around, 100 of them.
Yeah, but they're the size of a dog, so you can just kick them.
That's the size of a dog.
Yeah, it'd be like fighting 100 dogs.
They'd be strong to the little horses.
Yeah, but do horses bite like dogs?
I don't know.
I don't know enough about horses. If you were a character in a movie...
I don't know. That's a bad one. I'm using ChatGPT to cheat. Let's see. We did that one. I don't know, Matthew. We gotta learn how to do this better.
Oh, I asked you questions for 50 minutes, bro.
Did you? I think I just
51.
talked.
No.
Okay, tell me more about yourself. Do you play sports? Or did you play sports?
Okay, I have played a season of basketball, a season of soccer, and maybe a couple of games. I like football. Specifically the NFL, Jacksonville Jaguars, a little bit of college, but as a kid I did not like sports. I grew up around sports.
What were you into as a kid? What was your hobbies?
I was like a little nerdy kid. Computers and music. I like music.
Okay.
So I know we talked about rap music, but I like more than rap music.
Okay, tell me.
I like all music.
Tell me all about it.
I think I can double this back to the original question as experience that shaped me.
Okay.
First time I don't know if it was the first time, but it could have been to play the piano.
You know how to play the piano?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
I played it. I don't remember my first time playing the piano because we had one in the house, and I used to just play around on it. And then my parents were like, "Hey, we should put them in lessons," and so I did that. Did not really like piano lessons. It was like didn't want to go. But I liked playing the piano, but I didn't like having to learn to read music, and it was okay. But then when I was 13, I started playing guitar, and I really liked that. And then I was just like, all I did from like 13 to 16, I just sat in my room and played guitar. So.
You good at guitar?
I'm alright.
Are you good at piano?
I'm alright.
Weird.
I'm not like a master at any of it, but I can, like, to someone who doesn't know anything, I can probably make it sound like I'm pretty good. But like, there's also other people who can do it way better.
We're definitely gonna have to find a piano for you to play. Do you ever just
one.
do you at your house?
I have a keyboard, 88 key weighted keys. So it like plays like actual piano.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see that. Can you play the guitar and the piano at the same time?
No.
That would be fucking cool.
I mean, I don't think it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Anything's possible now that you're sober, Matthew.
I might be able to like do something. Do some little one-handed like hammer on and pull off while I like hit some keys, but that's about it.
All right, so you like all sorts of music, and you like produce, you like you dabble, right? On a little making music. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I've started producing music probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and then I got really into that, but it was sort of like then that became like I would get messed up and stay up all night and just produce music. So they kind of went hand in hand for a while. I was watching the interviews. There was a guy named Lex Luger. He was like one of the prominent like trap music producers. Like when it became popular, like Waka Flocka Flame and artists like that. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I know what Flocka is. I did it.
No, Waka Flocka Flame. He's a rapper.
Oh no, but this was a drug.
He has a song like "Hard in the Paint."
It's like meth, but
I know it.
supersized.
Yeah. I think I've done it on accident once or 5 times.
It's not fun. I mean, it was fun, but it was also horrifying.
We were all doing this volley, and then like, I don't know what that stuff was, but it wasn't MDMA. I know what that is too. I high school did a lot of that.
Do you have any music on your laptop there that you can hit play on? that you made that you have created yourself with your mind?
I have music online.
Do you? Where can people find your
have
music online?
SoundClouds. I have but no, nothing on here really ready that I go and play. I haven't really been doing it much lately.
Okay. Well, Matthew,
I might make a song for the podcast, a little intro song.
people want to hear your music. They want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I'll put a link in the bio.
Oh, will you? Oh, for our 8 followers.
9.
9 followers. Click and follow.
Let's see. Can I see who they are on here?
I don't know.
It's time for some shout outs.
Uh-oh.
I think Jason said he was one of them, so shout out to him.
Shout out, Jason. Heather Rios, I think.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. Experience, strength, and dope. Everybody. Hey.
I wonder what the other 115 people think about the group.
I don't know.
There's 127 members last time I checked.
Really?
And those people haven't left yet, so...
I'm surprised they haven't left. Jason posted something today, and I was like, oh yeah, that might make some people leave.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I got up, I was sitting on the toilet, and I was like, oh man. Shit. It was pretty good, though.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Did you attend college?
I got accepted into the University of North Florida, and I went for 2 days.
Solid. Did you learn anything?
No.
Do you have a degree?
No. I only went for 2 days.
I don't know. Maybe you were really awake.
No.
Those 2 days.
No, I was just not.
Maybe you had a lot of energy and you got some stuff done, you know?
No, at that point it was just drinking and staying up all night doing stuff, but not.
How do you get kicked out in 2 days, or
I didn't get
you
kicked
leave?
out. I just stopped going.
But did you have? Were you living at home or something?
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Okay.
You didn't mean to go to college?
No, I didn't mean to not go. So I had one class, right? I started summer A, and I didn't really want to start right then, but people would be like, oh no, you can't, you gotta keep going, or you're gonna stop, and my mom probably was like, yeah, you should do that. Whatever it was, I did that. And it was and I missed 2 of the classes on accident because I slept in, or I was just partying, It's mainly what it was. I was just a budding alcoholic.
You went 2 days, and you missed 2 classes. So
I missed 2 of the 4, so I did the math. I didn't buy the textbook either, and I was like, man, I'm not coming for the final. I don't even know what they said, and I can't study it. I don't have a book. So if I was there for half of it, that's 50%. That's an F.
Solid.
So
no college.
But it was. I'm proud of the fact that I got accepted into UNF out of high school, because a lot of kids did not get accepted into a university. I had a Bright Future scholarship, and I know what I could be capable of, because I wasn't really trying. I didn't try in high school. In the last half of high school, I was doing drugs.
When did you start doing drugs? Or drinking and stuff, partying?
16 years old. It wasn't the first time, but that was when I started.
Okay, up until that point, you were a good kid, or?
Yeah. I was, I was a good kid. We just were wild. We would do stuff to have fun, but.
Okay.
There's a way on here where you can see the subscribers, but.
Oh, are you still trying to?
I gotta shout these people out, bro.
Thought we moved past this.
And maybe other people will do it. They're like, ooh, I want to be shout out. There we go.
Uh-oh, he found it. There we go. And click, click, click.
I'm here now. Alright, whatever.
All right. Well, no more shout outs.
So, we were going to talk about this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We had a good friend pass away, man. And we had the service this weekend, and without getting into, like, too much details about it, it sucks, man. Like,
Two good dudes.
Yes,
that I know
two
recently passed away.
I think I saw 4 people pass away in the past month. One of which was a family member, basically. My mother-in-law's grandson.
It's sad,
I don't
man.
want to call out what people did, but they're all kind of related, and it's just a reality of the lifestyle we were talking about that we once lived,
It's hard. It's so hard. It's one of the worst parts about this is you lose a lot of friends. And those 2 guys in particular that I'm talking about were just 2 of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, and like would honestly just do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
And just the sweetest guys. Both of them. It's really sad. And I feel really bad for Elizabeth. Poor thing. So anyways, that was really hard. That happened on Saturday. I got another one in Orlando, like a week or so.
I didn't know him too well, but I know him. We've interacted.
If you even talk to him, you know he's just like the sweetest guy ever.
Yeah.
He's just like super soft spoken and just like so gentle and like 30 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then Frankie was just such a sweet little fucking Frankie.
There was like 200 people, I think, there.
There's so many people. Everybody loved them. Everybody loved Frankie. So many good people have died recently. It sucks. Well,
I don't
me and
remember
you were here.
who the third was off the top of my head.
Parrish passed away. I mean, if we're talking about recently, within the last year or so,
Oh,
fucking a bunch, like, it sucks. And then that, Lobo. What's his name? Shit. I can't think of his name. Brian Lobo, I think. I don't know. Anyways.
he died?
Is that his name? I can't. Fuck. I can't think of the other guy's name.
What'd he do?
I think he had cancer or something.
Damn.
I didn't know him very well, but he was another guy. It was like super, like I knew of him, and he was like super, super sweet, super nice guy, but I didn't really know him.
When I was thinking, like, at that service, I had a few people come up to me to talk about the podcast, and tell me they watch it. So that was cool.
That is very cool.
And a couple people brought up the group. Todd, the guy in security.
Yeah, I love Todd.
He said, Matt, right? You the one responsible for all that group, all the craziness. And I was like,
Shout out to Todd Lynch.
I said, I mean, I created the group, but I'm not claiming responsibility for everything that gets said in there. But there's a few people who have fun in there.
The thoughts and views in this group may not directly reflect the thoughts of Matthew Collins.
I had a moment where I actually changed the bio and had to put in parentheses occasional gross shit.
Yeah, I know. You got real sensitive about that.
I mean,
When you changed all the names around. It's fucking fly.
experience straight and gross shit.
I know. You're like, ah! Everybody's all offended. What are you going to do? Some people get butthurt. Sharon Kelly.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Sharon Kelly for getting butthurt.
This is good. So look, we're gonna have guests on here soon, and it's
Yes,
gonna be cool.
it's going to be so much better when we have people to just talk to.
We can like take turns asking questions.
And just fuck around. This is... I don't know.
What? Say it.
I don't know. It was like
Say it.
it felt awkward and forced, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, because you were asking me questions about what movie character I am.
I know. That's bad, huh? I'm trying to figure it out. What are we gonna do? I don't know. I don't have an original idea to save my life, so
We gotta like research people a little bit.
yeah.
Be like, so you were
How long have you
won
been
the
growing this beard?
You won the 50-50 raffle in 2021 gratitude pick. What was that like? What did you spend it on? The beard, I'll just say about right now, currently a year. I had it grown out before, grown out longer. I cut it and then I regrew it.
Oh, I remember.
I get it cut though, so it's
Trim it up.
yeah. I really don't like shaving, so
Well, you've done an excellent job not shaving.
yeah,
You're doing really good at it.
yeah. But I don't look like dirty, do I?
No.
I look like
No, it doesn't
I
look
look
dirty
like I
at all.
could be in your local motorcycle club.
No, I don't. Maybe.
No, I mean that's not what I'm going for.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could.
I know the answer to the question.
Which question?
Willie Robertson. Even though it's not a movie, it's a TV show. Duck Dynasty.
Wait, is that the? That's not the crazy uncle. That's Cy.
That's Cy.
Willie's like the responsible dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like Cy better. You
Yeah,
should use Cy.
There's Jeb. Jeb's cool. Phil Robertson just passed away.
I know, bummer.
But I mean, did you know? Okay, I know you're not a football guy, but have you ever heard of Terry Bradshaw?
Yes.
He's like popular, Hall of Fame quarterback, I'm sure.
He's on something too. He's on TV a bunch.
Yeah, commercials.
Yeah. He's like in other stuff than football.
So Terry Bradshaw was the backup quarterback to Phil Robertson in college,
I knew that
and then Phil.
because of Duck Dynasty. Because I
Phil-
went through a Duck Dynasty phase.
Yeah, everyone did. How could you not?
Because it was when it was popular on TV. And
Yeah, back when you had to like watch what was on.
Yeah, and like I was doing dope or something, and I was like, "This show's great."
I like caught a marathon. I was sitting at the house, and I was like, heard a ZZ Top. I was like, what is this? And I watched an episode, and I was like, see, I wish that like TV still was like what it was, where the shows were on, and then you flip through the channels, and you kind of had to watch shows. You know what I mean? There's so many options now that
It's too much.
it's like, I'll tell you what. There's a show I just watched the finale on Sunday called Mobland, directed by Guy Ritchie. He directed the movie Snatch, I think. He used to date Madonna.
I'm familiar.
Okay,
Who Guy Ritchie is.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
movie
they
stuff.
might not.
Ah.
Do you like him?
Yes.
Then you should watch Mobland.
I will look into it.
It comes on. I don't know. Jen plays it. I'm not sure.
I have
good.
all the apps, so
I think we watch it on Paramount Plus.
I have that one.
So that's a good one.
I don't watch. I have so many of them. The only one I really use is Prime.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. I have Prime for the benefits of Amazon Prime and ordering stuff, but
Well, there's a subset of Prime, a channel on Prime that's GAIA, and it's all like history and aliens and like all the shit that I'm really into. And so that's what I watch all the time. Because I really am into like aliens and shit, you know? Yeah.
so let's talk about aliens.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I too have watched a little bit of Ancient Aliens.
Have you?
I like Dr. Greer.
Okay.
You know, you familiar with him? He wrote the book Encounters of the Fourth.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. I'm really into podcasts, so I watched him on the podcast, and I believed about 90% of what he said. The part where aliens came and talked to him, that part was like kind of hard to believe, but he was very familiar with like stuff in the government. Like, I don't know. Just while I was like, yeah, I believe this guy. I'm reading his body language. I'm looking at his eyes. I'm like, yeah, this guy. But he summons aliens, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm super familiar with who that is, but I do know a bunch of the stories.
At least his name is Dr. Stephen Greer. He says there are at least 69 alien species from 1 foot tall to 40 feet tall. I haven't seen that one yet, but make a UFO show up and get chosen for ET contact.
What is it?
He's a UFOologist. I didn't know that was like a title. He founded the Center for the Study of
I know this guy.
Intelligence.
I know this guy.
Yeah, I'm like,
God, he's on everything. He's all over shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's on everything. I didn't know that was this guy's name.
So he was on Vlad TV, which is like a hip hop podcast, and that's how I found him. And it was a great interview.
Yeah, he's gone in front of Congress. Like, he's done all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
He talks about all sorts of shit. This guy,
he claims that he summons aliens, and
I don't know that part of it. But then there's the Bob Lazar story.
I've watched Bob Lazar too. That's how it all started. He said that something happened, he had an experience, and ever since that, he's been into aliens. Did he? I don't know. In May 2001, Greer held a press conference at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. that featured 20 retired Air Force, Federal Aviation Administration, and intelligence officers. I mean, that sounds... Yeah.
So you have Bob Lazar, and then you have the Betty and Barney Hill story, where, like, they lost time, and then... Anyways, it's, like, two, like, older people, and, like, when you listen to them talk, they sound like they're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And then the Travis Walton story, which is the story where I think I might be saying this wrong, but there's a story where, like, there was like 5 guys, and they went up into the woods, and something happened with the UFO, and the guy, like, vanished, and the 4 friends went back, and they told him what happened, and the police didn't believe him, and the police arrested the 4 guys for murder. And then 5 days later, that guy shows back up, and it looks like no time has passed, and he tells them this story about how he was abducted by this crap. The exact same story the other 4 men told. And it's just, like, pretty incredible.
Do you know who Billy Carson is?
I don't know. Maybe.
He recently had a debate with a guy named Wes Huff, who is a biblical historian, and it didn't really go in Billy Carson's favor. And he tried to serve a cease and desist order for him not to release the podcast.
Oh.
So I watched it, and now I've been in a rabbit hole of, like, these guys. So I also like watching stuff. Lately I've been watching a lot of podcasts about the Bible.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Different perspectives.
So you said AA has kind of led you towards God, right?
Yeah.
Which direction, like, do you have a specific religion that you gravitate towards, or?
Yeah, I mean, it would be Christianity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Jesus. I like Jesus.
Okay, Jesus. All right.
Stand-up guy.
Yeah. All right. And do you go to church?
I have been going to a meeting on Mondays at a church, but it's like a combination of recovery and church mixed together. But I have not, like...
At the Well, right?
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the Well.
Yeah.
And Pastor Tone.
Jesse is the one who's doing the meeting. But, no, I haven't been going on Sundays. Like, my home group is on Sundays, and that's, pretty important to me. So...
I understand that. What's your home group?
Spiritual Nights.
And where is that?
The Java Club.
At what time?
9 a.m.
On Sundays, right?
Lots of guys.
Lots of dudes. It's a dudes meeting.
Men's meeting.
You looking for...
But it's like solution based. It's people talking about solutions. It's not just going there and talk about your cat or, you know. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but
What if I want to talk about my cat?
raise your hand in time to get on the list, and you can.
I feel like I wouldn't want to in that room.
No. Yeah.
Them boys would tear you apart. Quit talking about your damn cat.
I've seen someone raise their hand at the beginning about something like, I don't remember, like not getting money from a will when someone died or something like that. And it was the first share, and they basically just roasted him the whole meeting.
I love that.
It was so funny. At least that's how it seemed. They're probably just saying the truth.
That's funny. So, Matthew, tell me about your personal life, your love life. We talked a little bit about your younger years.
Life today.
Yeah, well, what about your younger years love life? Like, do you have any children, or were you ever married, or...
Never been married. I have a child. Shout out Cheyenne. I don't know. I have a feeling she's going to watch these podcasts this summer.
She might.
Because she made a Facebook account and she stalks my Facebook. I don't know. She shouldn't stalk it, but she likes to see what I put. And every now and then I'll get a like from her. She doesn't have like a profile picture or anything. But
she's probably like, cringe. Oh, Dad.
Has she ever said that? I disown it. No, she said it.
I don't know what the kids say.
They say that.
Cringe.
They say cringe and sus.
Sus. I read a thing
That's
called,
sus.
Have you heard of bed rotting? I was just reading about this. Where you just like stay in bed for like the whole weekend and don't get out of bed.
I've done it.
Yeah, they called it detoxing. That's what we used to call it.
Yeah. And brain rot, they talk about that. I send her videos sometimes and she'll be like, that's brain rot.
All right.
I'm like, well, I like brain rot. This is my speed right here.
So, what about now? Are you in a relationship
I
now?
am.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Jen.
You have a lovely lady in your life?
Yep. She's pretty cool.
All right. How long have you guys been together?
A year. January was a year.
Okay.
So almost a year and a half.
How did you meet?
Oh, wait. It is a year and a half, right? No, this month would be a year and a half.
All right. And how did you meet?
In the rooms.
Of AA?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, she sent me a meme one day. Meth Head Barbie meme. And then the rest was history. That's really what happened. It's funny because some of her friends will be like, yeah, I tried that Meth Head Barbie meme trick. It didn't work.
Well, it worked for you.
Yeah.
Got him.
I was like, now you talking my language.
That is the sweetest love story I
It
have
was on Christmas Eve, I think.
ever. Oh, Meth Head Barbie.
Or Christmas.
God. One day you'll...
I'm going to get it tattooed on my back.
That's a beautiful story, Matthew.
Tom, pull that up.
Beautiful story.
I can't pull it up because our chat got deleted somehow.
Your
Well,
cat?
she can. Oh, hang on.
Tell me about your cat getting
No,
deleted.
the chat.
Oh, your chat got deleted.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's not what it said. No, man.
Oh my gosh, we're going back in time to find out about...
Well, I'm just doing the Google search on, I should type meme.
Meth Head
So-
Barbie.
I don't know. I believe this is the picture, but I don't think it's... I don't know if that's what it said or not.
Nice.
Maybe I'll try to make it pop up.
Yeah. That's a good little editing move that would be nice.
How much time? How are we looking on time?
We are at 51 minutes and 10 seconds.
Nice.
With only probably a minute of dead time. There's a couple long little pauses.
Are you satisfied?
Ooh, I'll never be satisfied, Matthew. But are you?
No.
No? What else would you like to talk about?
Let's talk about
sex, baby. Let's
No.
talk about you and me.
I think we need to have Jason on here and then make him explain each meme in detail. Like, all right, when you post this,
What exactly were you trying to say? Please enlighten us on the deeper meaning behind.
I would say it would be surprising, but I don't think he's even gonna watch this.
I want to get Jonathan on here,
Oh,
fresh
I
out
told
of fucking rehab.
Matrix.
Yeah, just bring his ass from Matrix to here, put headphones on him, and say, "Hey, what you been up to?"
All right, well, I think that's good. I think we got enough time in.
That was
I'm
not.
gonna do it too
You're
long.
like not satisfied, but now.
No, I'm satisfied.
Well, that's all it took was a minute more, and now Matthew is completely satisfied.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
That's how quickly I can do it. All right, folks. It's been a pleasure as always. Shout out to everybody. Please like and subscribe.
OurBad.
OurBad. My name's Bobby. That's Matthew.
Yep.
We're out.